The following is the special Arizona Racing Commission meeting taking place on January 6, 2021. It is 2 p.m. and this meeting is taking place via Google Meets. This is Commission Secretary Cassie Goodwin. I will call the roll. And Commissioner Coolidge?
Present.
Thank you. Commissioner Garay is not attending. Commissioner Hover?
Present.
Commissioner Profiter?
Present.
Thank you. We have a quorum, sir.
As you said, it's Wednesday, January 6th, 2021. I'll call this special session to order. First item that we have is the simulcast agreements pursuant to ARS 5-112U. For everyone tuning in, please remember that this special session is solely for the commission to overview the simulcast agreements alone and not anything that we discussed in the previous commission session. We'll go with A, Arizona Downs. Greg, do you have any information regarding the paperwork or any other intel for that?
Yes, Commissioners, Arizona Downs has petitioned the Commission for the Los Alamitos Quarter Horse Racing. This is the quarter horse meet that started on December 26th and runs basically through about December 19th or 20th of 2021. Everything in their packet is complete. This signal is offered to both racetracks, so at this time we would recommend approval.
Thanks, Greg. Are there any comments or questions from my fellow commissioners? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
So, motion to approve Los Alamitos Quarter Horse Racing Association simulcast agreement.
Yes.
A second.
Cassie?
Thank you. Commissioner Coolidge?
Yes.
Commissioner Hover?
Yes.
Commissioner Profiter?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. They are approved.
We'll move to item 2, Parks Racing. Greg, do you have any information on that?
Yes, Commissioners, this is the annual contract for Parks Racing. Arizona Downs has petitioned the Commission to approve the signal. We do have everything in order. Contract, both out-of-state commission and Horseman's approval, as well as the HPPA approval on the contract. So we would recommend approving the contract.
Great. Do we have any comments or questions from my fellow commissioners?
No.
No.
If not, I will entertain a motion to approve.
Go, Jana.
I make a motion to approve Parks Racing simulcast agreement.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Thank you. Commissioner Coolidge?
Yes.
Commissioner Hover?
Yes.
Commissioner Profiter?
Yes.
Thank you. Parks Racing is approved. That motion carries.
We'll move to item 3, Penn National Gaming, Inc. That's Charlestown, Maintaining Valley, Penn National Gaming, Retama, Sam Houston, and Zia Park. Greg, do you have any information on those?
Yes, the Arizona Downs Commissioners, the Arizona Downs has petitioned for this signal, which includes, as you described, Charlestown, Mahoning Valley, Penn National Gaming, Retama, Sam Houston, and Zia Park. Retama and Zia Park will run later on this year, but it is included in this contract. We do have, at this point in time, the contract. However, the Pennsylvania Racing Commission, as well as the Horsemen, the HPPA of Pennsylvania, have not supplied their consent at this time for a 2021 export. That is a formality. Most of the commissions do that, as well as the Horsemen. Obviously, an export of their signal means that there's dollars coming into their state for their racetracks. So at this time, I do anticipate that those approvals will come in, and I would recommend approval based on the fact that you need to have those Pennsylvania Racing Commission and the Pennsylvania HPPA approvals forthcoming.
Greg, you broke up on my end on that. We do not have the Pennsylvania HPPA. Is that what I heard?
Yes, we don't have the Commissioner Coolidge. We do not have the HPPA approval. for the export of the Penn National signals. Again, that would be Penn National, Mahoning Valley's in Ohio. I do believe I have that. So this is a kind of a combination contract with several signals throughout different states. So in respect to the Penn National signal only is what I'm looking at still for Pennsylvania Commission and Pennsylvania HBPA.
Okay.
Chair, if I may interject, the commission approvals aren't something the commission needs to take into consideration on the 5112U approvals. Those are for the IHA approvals. So that's something to keep in mind when we get to the next section of the agenda, but it's not something that needs to be a part of a motion or anything in a particular part of the agenda.
Thank you. Are there any comments or questions from my fellow commissioners? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the Penn National Gaming simulcast agreements.
I second.
Thank you. Commissioner Coolidge?
No.
Commissioner Hover?
Yes.
Commissioner Profiter?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We'll move to item 1B, Turf Paradise. Cassie?
Yes, Commissioners, this is Turf Paradise who has requested approval of the contract between Harrah's Louisiana Down. This is for their quarter horse meet, and the contract that you see, there will be, and I apologize, the phone is ringing. In the contract, you will see an Amendment 4, which includes the dates up to, I think, the end of April, which concerns itself with the quarter horse meet at Louisiana Downs, which starts, I believe, in the middle of January and runs through the end of April. So the contract that you see, would be for the quarter horse meet. On that amendment, number 4, you will also see the paragraph below, it says the Thoroughbred Meet 2020. However, you have to realize that the dates that they were approved, that the amendment covers, is 2021 dates for the quarter horse meet, which will be starting here within the next couple weeks.
Thanks, Greg. Any comments or questions from my fellow commissioners? Any motions to approve?
I make a motion to approve Harrah's Ulster City Investment Company's simulcast to Turf Paradise.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Commissioner Coolidge?
Yes.
Commissioner Hover?
Yes.
Commissioner Profiter?
Yes.
Motion carries. That is approved.
We'll move to number 2, Parks Racing. Greg, I'll hand it off to you.
Yes, Commissioners, this is a similar contract to the one that you earlier approved for Arizona Downs. It's for the annual Parks Racing. Everything is in order, and we would recommend approval.
Comments or questions from fellow commissioners?
No.
No.
Any motions to approve?
I make a motion to approve Parks Racing simulcast to Turf Paradise.
Second.
Second.
Oh, you can have it.
Thank you. I'll put that down as Ms. Hover is seconded. Roll call, Mr. Coolidge?
Yes.
Commissioner Hover?
Yes.
Commissioner Profiter?
Yes.
That is approved. A motion carries.
We'll move to item 3, Penn National Gaming, Inc. Greg?
Yes, Commissioners, this is a similar contract to the one you just approved with Penn National Gaming that includes several of the racetracks. And at this time, we would recommend approval.
Questions or comments? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve Penn National Gaming simulcast to Turf Paradise.
I second.
Thank you. Commissioner Coolidge?
No.
Commissioner Hover? I'm sorry you broke up. Was that a yea or nay?
Yay.
Thank you. Commissioner Profiter? Commissioner
We'll
Profiter?
move,
Yes.
Thank you. So that motion carries and is approved.
we'll move to item 2, simulcast horse racing import signals pursuant to the IHA section 3004A3. A is Arizona Downs. Item 1 is the aqueduct. Greg, I'll hand it off to you to see if we need to line item these, unless there's anything that you need to flag on your end.
Commissioners, the reason why aqueduct signal is on there is because the last commission meeting, you only approved the Arizona Downs signal through the end of the year. Arizona Downs has supplied the New York Gaming Commission approval through the year 2021. However, the Arizona HBPA has only extended their approval through February 15th of 2021.
So can we approve it only through that date? Or do we have to only disapprove it if it's through to 3/28?
Commission members, if I may interject, this is Kelly Wagner.
Please.
You as the commission can make a motion to have a signal be only during a specific time. You can condition it on further receipt of commission approval from both out-of-state and in-state. So you can craft it however you wish to do so. Or if there's no motion, obviously, then it won't go any further.
Thanks, Kelly. Greg, what was that date that the HPPA gave them, February?
Commissioner Coolidge, the Arizona HBPA has approved all Arizona Downs imports through February 15th of 2021.
So does that apply to every one of these on the list or just the aqueduct?
Commissioner Proffer, that would include all the signals that we will be addressing with Arizona Downs.
Great. So, I'll hear any motions to approve the simulcast signal for Aqueduct.
I make a motion to approve the simulcast signals to Aqueduct.
Do you want to put a date on that?
I believe, is the date not effective as is written? 01/0/21 to 03?
So the date that they're talking about right now that HBPA has approved for them is February 15th, 2021. Aqueduct's anticipated dates are 3/28/21.
Right.
So is your motion approving to 3/28 or to February 15th?
And can I get input from Mr. Stiles on this?
Yes, once again, the Aqueduct Winter Meet ran from, I believe, December 10th. It runs from December 10th through March 28th, 2021. The Arizona HBPA has only extended their approval for the import of the Aqueduct signal to Arizona Downs and Arizona Downs' off-track betting networks until February 15th of 2021. So I believe that your next commission meeting on the 14th of January or the February commission meeting, you will probably have some type of extension asked for from Arizona Downs through the rest of the meet for Aqueduct.
Okay. So to amend my motion, I would like to make a motion to permit the simulcast import signal from Aqueduct 1/1/2021 to February 15th, 2021.
I second.
Thank you. So the motion for Aqueduct is to approve from January 1, 2021 to February 15, 2021. Commissioner Coolidge?
Yes.
Commissioner Hover?
Yes?
Thank you. Commissioner Profiter?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries.
And commissioners, just as a side note, we can approve the existing agreements as is with a conditional motion to approve to get that information, if, as long as it's provided to us before February 15th in those motions, if you want to add those forward.
Which would mean we wouldn't have to set it up for pre-approval again. It would automatically carry over if HBPA approved it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Kelly, feel free to jump in if I'm stepping out of line.
Chair Coolidge, no, you are correct. The commission can certainly do that as a motion. And with these particular items, if there are no issues with the signals and all of the motions are going to be the same, the commission can do one big motion for each track if it wishes to do so.
Greg, are there any other issues with items 2 through 9?
Regarding Penn National Gaming, as discussed earlier, the packet that was supplied by Arizona Downs did not have the Pennsylvania Commission export approval for 2021, nor the Pennsylvania HBPA approval for 2021. Regarding the only other one would be Mahoning Valley, which the out-of-state horseman's approval, which is the Ohio HBPA, we need to have that one. And the last one is the Louisiana Quarter Horse signal, in which the Louisiana Racing Commission and the Louisiana HBPA, those approvals both are needed.
Understood.
All
I'll go
other
ahead and make it.
signals,
Greg,
I'm sorry. All other signals have everything in order.
thank you. I'll go motion to approve Charlestown Parks Racing, Sam Houston, Los Alamitos Quarter Horse, and Turfway Park under a conditional approval to February 15th unless the commission and the department receives approval from the HBPA.
I second.
Thank you. Commissioner Coolidge?
Yes.
Commissioner Hover?
Yes.
Commissioner Profiter?
Yes.
Thank you. So that motion carries for Charlestown Parks, Sam Houston, Los Alamitos, and Turfway Park to conditionally approve through February 15, 2021, unless the department and commission received approval from the HBPA on that, Arizona HBPA.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from my fellow commissioners?
So could we do a conditional approval on the remaining ones individually? Kelly? Or Chuck?
Frankly, I don't think that, and this is just me speaking as a fellow commissioner, I don't think that we should be approving anything that we're lacking outstanding approvals on. They've known that they've needed to get this done, and we need this paperwork in before we can approve moving forward.
Any response to that, Mr. Stiles?
Commissioners, typically these racing commissions, and as I mentioned earlier, the Racing Commission and the HBPA, the horsemen's groups, is to their benefit to export their signal to other locations across the country. I do believe these approvals will come, okay, because it's dollars into their states, and I'm not necessarily concerned that a packet would need these, because I can certainly work with each outfit to get these approvals forthcoming. A lot of this times we are at the mercy of the individual racing commissions across the states in their meeting dates, as well as the HBPAs.
And that said, I think, as a commission, we'd be happy to revisit those. Cassie, remind me when the next meeting is. I think it's...
The next meeting is January 14th, which is next Thursday, and then the following one would be February 11th, which is the regular February meeting.
So that would only help with Arizona Downs. I'll open it up to my other commissioners. Otherwise, I will be moving on to the next line item.
I just wanted to ask, I agree with Chuck. I would really appreciate having everything in order before it comes to us. But I don't want to visit again. So if we only give conditional approval, then we won't have to have it pop up again, right? Yes? Greg? No?
I will work with both commissioners. I will work with both committees to get these approvals in, certainly before the January 14th meeting coming up next week.
And I know Turf and Arizona Downs is on. Let me be very clear that your job is to get us this paperwork and make sure we have everything in order so we don't have to continue to do this. And I don't really like that we're bending the rules possibly on something that we would be passing through there. So again, I'll bring it up to my fellow commissioners. Otherwise, I'll move on to the next line item.
Sir, I have Mr. Smith, I believe, has raised his hand to address the commission on this. Or excuse me,
Go ahead.
Dave Johnson. Excuse me, Dave Johnson.
Dave Johnson.
Commissioners, this is Dave Johnson. Thank you for letting me through. What I would like to bring to everybody's attention, and I know Greg has talked about this, but what you have here is many of these tracks just don't get these approvals out to us. It's not a situation, and I hope people aren't looking at it as if we're just being laxed here. We're at the mercy of these racing commissions, and especially during this pandemic, you have a lot of jurisdictions that have furloughed simulcast people who are responsible for getting these materials out. So it's not a situation where we've just said, heck with it, we're just going to turn it in and be laxed. It's a situation where we're just at the mercy of another state's regulatory body who just hasn't gotten these documents to us. I know, like I can tell you, I just got the Penn National approvals last night or the night before, and just got those over to Greg as soon as I received them. But again, I hope you would all consider that, our meeting is on the 6th. You have, for example, you've got Oaklawn Park that's going to start at the end, in the middle of the month. And we don't have another Racing Commission meeting until February. Oaklawn Park is one of the biggest racetracks in the country, and to deny that because it fell in between two Racing Commission meetings, and we're struggling to get a regulatory body to have a meeting and get us an approval, it really puts the industry at risk. And I just, I'm not trying to make an excuse for not getting work done. I'm just trying to make sure everybody is aware of why it's happening.
I understand, and I appreciate where you're coming from, Dave. The concern that I have is in the event that we conditionally approve this, we're approving something without all the requirements that have been put into place.
Correct.
So, I hear where you're coming from and hope that you understand where the commission is coming from as well.
Thank you.
And Commissioners, Chair, if I may interject, if it would help to clarify for the commissioners with your conditional approval, what it is saying is that unless those specific things that you put in as part of your conditions, unless those are received by whomever you direct, then the signal does not come in for wagering. And I think the permittees understand that, the OTVs understand that. So it's not like a signal is coming in without the necessary and required approvals.
Thanks, Kelly. Do we have any motions?
I don't know what to do unless you go into executive session. I don't know what to do. I feel, as Commissioner Coolidge is, that it's very frustrating to approve things and never know when or how that came in.
What, do you have a legal question?
I don't know. No, probably not. Go ahead.
Well, I guess what we'll do is I'll go ahead and make a motion, and I'll probably bite myself for this one. But I will make a motion to conditionally approve Arizona Downs Quarter Horse, Mahoney Valley, and Penn National on the anticipated dates, provided that we receive the additional paperwork only because of COVID. I'll add that in there. But moving forward, we will not be as nice on the commission.
I'm sorry, sir, may I ask for a correction? You said Arizona Downs, I believe you meant Louisiana Downs Quarter Horse?
Excuse me, I was looking at the line item A. So my motion is I move to conditionally approve Louisiana Downs Quarter Horse, Mahoney Valley, and Penn National.
Thank you.
Conditionally under the line items that we and the department receive all required paperwork by each of the anticipated dates, since they're different on here.
I second that.
Thank you. So, Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Hover,
Yes.
Commissioner Profiter?
Yes.
Thank you, that motion carries.
We'll move to, I think we have a couple of people, unless they want to skip on it, Cassie, that are motion to speak on. Do we want to open that now?
That's entirely your call, and as I indicated to you, Mr. Eichelberry would like to address, but it was vague as far as in at what point he would like to address the commission, whether it's just in the general call to the public or on any of these specific agenda items. And
We can move Mr. Eichelberry to the call of the public. I also have Mr. Sims and Mr. Author. Excuse me?
right,
I have nothing to say.
I'm sorry, who's speaking?
Jerry Sims?
Thank you.
Mr. Sims, I'll allow you 3 minutes, sir.
No need to speak.
Thank you. Mr. Author? Mr. Author, are you on the line?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Now we can,
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
I'll allow you 3 minutes.
I don't need to speak. Thank you.
So we will move into item B. Greg, I'll hand it off to you to give us any information you have on items 1 through 7 and any lacking information or paperwork.
Commissioners, regarding Turf Paradise's request for the imports, the ones that I need conditionally approved based on the previous motion are Louisiana Downs Quarter Horse, Mahoney Valley, and Penn National. Those signals need either commission approvals and or horsemen's approvals. All other signals that you see there have everything in order.
Thank you, sir. Do I have any questions or comments from other commissioners?
This is Holly. A question for Mr. Stiles. In regards to horseman approval, that would be from the out-of-state horsemen, correct?
Commissioner, that would be correct.
Oh.
Do we have any motions?
Yes. I make a motion to approve the simulcast signals for Aqueduct, Charlestown, Parks, and Sam Houston to Surf Paradise.
Second.
Thank you. So Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Hover,
Yes?
Commissioner Profiter.
Yes.
Okay, the motion is to approve Aqueducts, Charlestown, Parks, and Sam Houston has been voted and approved, and it carries. I'm sorry, can somebody please mute their phone? Sorry, I'm sorry, sir.
Thank you. Nope, you got it. I'll go ahead and make a motion to conditionally approve Louisiana Downs Quarter Horse, Mahoney Valley, and Penn National for the anticipated dates, provided the department and the commission receive all required paperwork and approvals.
I second?
Thank you. Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Hover,
Yes?
Commissioner Profiter.
Yes.
Thank you. The motion has been made and carries to approve the Louisiana Downs Quarter Horse, Penn National, and Mahoning Valley contingent upon the required paperwork from the outside commission and HBPAs to be received to the department and the commission.
Thank you, Cassie.
Thank you, sir.
We'll move now to call to the public. I think we only have one person signed up, and that is Kevin Eckleberry.
That request came in via an email, and I do not know if he is attending via phone. It doesn't tell me if somebody's on by their phone by their name.
Cassie, this is Leroy Gussman. Kevin, and this lasted longer than he anticipated. He is now in the paddock saddling a horse for the 6th race. He just wanted me to, he gave me a statement here that he wanted me to read, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
He wanted to make it on the record. He is quite concerned with the fact that we are now over 1,400 horses on the backside of Turf Paradise, and the training track is still not open, and it doesn't look like it's going to be open for a while. The training track is essential for pulling in horses. In the mornings, there's getting to be too many horses on the main track, and all of the horsemen are concerned about the danger that is being caused up there with too many horses in the morning. That was his statement.
Thanks, Leroy. First and foremost, please remind Mr. Eckleberry that most, if not all, of our meetings are 5 to 7 hours at least, it feels like. The second item for you is, Greg, can you please make a note to address that particular concern in the safety meeting for our next commission meeting, which I think is short.
Commissioner Coolidge, I plan on having a safety report to you on the January 14th meeting, and we will cover this aspect.
Thank you, sir. I saw Dave Johnson raise his hand. Dave, do you want to address the commission?
Do I need to press something?
No, you're good.
Just to keep you current, Commissioner, thank you for allowing me to speak. Vincent Francis for Turf Paradise. The reason why we've been slowed down on getting the training track open is because some of our staff tested positive for the virus. And because of that, we were down a number of people. And they're just coming back. This very afternoon, our track superintendent, Ramiro Flores, will be on the training track with water and soaking it. By tomorrow, we hope to get it open. The target date was this Monday, but we hope to get it open sooner. Certainly, we are in agreement with Mr. Gussman as to the concern for safety about the number of horses on the main track. In the good department, it's seen so many horses out there training, getting ready to race. in the hold your breath department is there's too many horses out there in any given time, either before or after the break. We are moving as fast as we can to get the training track open, which will alleviate a lot of the traffic that we see on the main track. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We'll move to item D, announcements. The next regularly scheduled commission meeting will be at 10 a.m. on Thursday, January 14th, 2021. I would assume that it would be on Google Meets again and subject based to quorum. We'll move to item E, adjournment. I would be willing to hear a motion to adjourn.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that.
Thank you. Commissioner Coolidge,
Yes.
Commissioner Hover,
Yes.
Commissioner Profiter.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion's been made and carried. Time is 2:36 p.m. and this meeting is officially adjourned.